Today, we're going to talk about one of the greatest travel destinations I have ever been to, Antarctica. It's incredibly expensive and difficult to get there, but here are some reasons why you need to take the plunge and go to Antarctica. Let's go. So one of the first reasons I'll give you to visit Antarctica is unfortunately climate change. A lot of species are being affected by climate change, including the penguins, meaning some of the colonies are either moving or they're just not there. A lot of the glaciers and icebergs are also melting pretty fast. The landscapes are changing, so I recommend getting there. We can do our best to bring awareness to climate change in Antarctica by traveling there and telling people about it. The next reason to visit Antarctica is its incredible wildlife opportunities. There's nowhere on Earth that has wildlife like Antarctica. You can get up close with the penguins and they're not even scared of you. There's also seals and whales. It's so incredible to see the rich wildlife of Antarctica. My favorite reason to visit Antarctica is it's a photographer's dream. I have never seen such magical landscapes and incredible wildlife like in Antarctica. You can get such amazing photos by just a small trip there. So if you like photography, I highly recommend heading to Antarctica. So this next reason to visit Antarctica is a relatively new reason. It's for kayaking and camping. It's only been the past few years that that's been allowed in Antarctica, but the opportunities to sleep out in the wilderness with the penguins and kayak amongst icebergs is absolutely incredible. I'll never forget kayaking and having orca whales dive up and down beside the kayak. Most important reasons you can visit Antarctica now is that it's getting cheaper. More and more expedition cruises are offering options to share cabins or last minute options. So even though it's a little bit still expensive, I highly recommend taking advantage of one of the more budget options and seeing more in Antarctica. This is probably a reason to visit Antarctica that you don't expect, is actually the amazing history opportunities. There's a lot of abandoned whaling stations that give kind of a apocalyptic, eerie feeling. I love the history in Antarctica and all the old research stations. So history is another reason. What I loved about visiting Antarctica was the sense of adventure. It's not a vacation or a cruise. It really is an expedition. You have to go through a lot of training on the boat in order to get on land. You have to learn about the penguins and the species that live there and how to not impact their environment. So having that expedition feeling really made a lot for me in Antarctica. Reason to visit Antarctica, and the most obvious reason, is to conquer your seventh continent. For most, including me, it was the seventh of 7 continents to visit. There was such an amazing feeling finally stepping onto that 7th continent and knowing that you have visited all continents in the world. It's incredible. That's it from me. I hope these were some good reasons for you to take the plunge and visit the southernmost continent in the world, Antarctica. And if you liked my video, be sure to subscribe and tell others. There's plenty more cool videos to come. Thanks.